Happy Thursday. Yesterday was just an absolute bloodbath. So let's just get into it. Let's just own the big L. We got 8 games today, but let's talk about the recap. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Just a horrendous day, starting with the Phillies. Should have got that first five. 8 runners left on base through the first 5 innings. Struck out 8 times. Just could not get a hit. Ended up being tied 1-1, but we had them half a run. So ended up losing that. A's came back down to earth. Hunter Brown absolutely dominated them. We had them over 4. We could cut that in half, and I still don't think we would have hit it. So there's that. The Mariners did get the first run of the game in the second inning. Unfortunately, it was the only run they got, as they completed a 3-game series where they scored a whopping total of 3 runs. Good job, Mariners. Detroit first 5 was 1-1. So we ended up pushing that. Unfortunately, that killed our Nerfy because that was the only run the Tigers scored was in the bottom of the first, or top of the first. So thank you, Detroit. Red Sox run line. Yeah, I mean, this game was pretty close. It was only like 96-3. So, there's that. Pivetta absolutely got hammered, and every other pitcher got hammered. I think there was only 2 innings where they didn't score, them being the Rockies. It was 20-3 or some shit, 20-7. I don't even know. Crazy game. Think I'm done betting in course for a little bit. It's a little too wild, man. Little too wild. Parlays, not much to talk about here. Reds got the job done. That was an interesting game. Seattle just couldn't score more than 1 run. Angels came back and scored 2 in the 8th and ended up sweeping the Mariners. So good job, Mariners. Texas got the job done there. Let's see. The Reds game, second game got postponed. So nothing there. And then we hit the Angels Mariners Nerfy. But Tigers scored their only run of the game in the first inning. So good job again. This last bet, I thought this was going to save the night. I'm like, okay, we got this. Like, Arizona ended up coming back to win. Toronto came back to win. So we're sitting great there. Just needed Dodgers, Giants under 9. Three runs through 7 innings. Feeling great. We got a lot of room to play with. Then the Giants just pop off for 6 runs in the top of the 8th. And then the Giants scored like one, or Dodgers scored like one more, and final score 8-3. So GG on that one. That would have been huge. That would have at least cut that down by 60%. So we would have only taken about maybe a 2-unit hit or something. So is what it is. If we look over at the games, we went 7-8. Had some good underdog wins. So the Brewers won, Reds won. Let's see, almost all of our underdogs won actually. So Nats ended up getting stomped. Athletics got stomped. Well, I guess that's not true. Tigers ended up losing. But interesting day. Props, we went 3-4. Glasnow didn't look great. I think he only had like 4 or 5 Ks. Flaherty got his Ks. Pivetta, despite giving up 27 runs, still got his 6 strikeouts. So I guess we got that going for us. Hunter Brown ended up with 8 Ks. Let's see. Frankie Montas got his 5 Ks. I had Montas under 2.5 earned runs on a 3-leg, along with the Reds winning and the Blue Jays. So, yeah, Montas is terrible. Probably the worst, quote-unquote ace in Major League Baseball. This guy is just absolute dog shit. Reds scored a ton of runs, and he just kept giving them right back. So that guy's terrible. And then Martin Perez actually threw a hell of a game against the Cardinals. I think he ended up at 4 hits. So didn't expect him to throw a shutout through like 6 innings. So that happened. Then on Nerfies, we came crashing back to earth today, or yesterday. 2-6. That brings our record over the last 4 days on Nerfies to 18-6. So still a really good Nerfy record, but wild day yesterday in baseball. It was crazy. Orioles lost again. What the hell? I don't know what's up with that. Pretty wild day. All right, I like the slate today. Now I'll tell you, on days I really like the slate, hasn't gone well. But it's a very square slate today. It's very, very square, high odds. So Start with the Padres Nats. I mean, the Padres are raking the baseball. They go through these streaks where they hit, and they hit. So we're going to ride them here. Dylan Cease going up against Patrick Corbin. Very lopsided pitching matchup. Dylan Cease, his last 2 outings has been electric. I don't think he's given up an earned run. The start before that, he gave up 3. So going up against a Nationals offense that has been very anemic this series. So yeah, I don't know how you don't take the Padres, especially with Patrick Corbin on the other side of the mound. Who knows? This could be Patrick Corbin's last start in a Nats uniform. I don't know why a team would want him, but there's a possibility of that. So I like the Nerfy here. Patrick Corbin, the one thing he does do a good job of is Nerfies. I'm pretty sure he's got a perfect record or he's maybe not one time. He's very good with Nerfies, so I like the Nerfy a lot in this game. Only way you can really find value is taking like run line at minus 120. Yeah, so we've got some bets there, but pretty straightforward game. Like I said, most of these are really straightforward. Orioles minus 265. Lost 3 in a row. They're 3 of their last 7. Yeah, I mean, you got Corbin Burnes on the mound going up against Rodri Munoz. Big pitching disparity there. Munoz, 5.5 home ERA. Corbin Burnes sub 3 away ERA. Will Baltimore's bats show up? To be determined, right? It felt pretty good last night that they were going to win. They did not. You could look at a Nerfy in this game. I think it's like minus 110, minus 115. I don't necessarily trust Munoz, but I trust him more than I trust Cabrera, and that guy somehow had a really good day despite walking like 4 people. So we'll see. Marlins, I just hate that team. They love to screw me. All right, Tigers Guardians, Kenta Maeda. I love Kenta Maeda Day. This is an insta fade of him. If we look at Maeda, he faced Cleveland on July 9th, so not that long ago. He went 2.2 innings, gave up 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 Ks. He faced them on May 7th. He went 2 innings, 5 hits, 7 earned runs, 1 K. So 2 starts combined, he's got 4.2 innings and 13 earned runs. So yeah, 100% a fade of him. I like the first 5 minus a half. That line was not available on DraftKings. I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere around 130-ish, maybe 120, 125. So I love that all day. Gavin Williams, he did face Detroit on July 8th. He went 5.1 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 5 Ks, and that was in Detroit. So now he's back home in Cleveland. I like him even more. I don't think he has a line that's, this good. I think we might see a run or two. Hopefully not any more than that. But it's safe to assume this is like the get-right game Cleveland needed. They have not been hitting right-handed pitching well. So that does scare me a little bit. We look over the last 14 days, 186 average, last 7, 203. But this feels like kind of like a get-right spot. Like this is what they need to go bang up on this dude. Take out some aggression. So I like them in this spot. All right, Rangers, White Sox. We were on the Rangers yesterday. They got the job done. It was like 10-2. Jonathan Cannon going up against Max Scherzer. Not much to talk about, really. I mean, Cannon's given up at least 3 earned runs in 4 of his last 5 starts. He's given up 4 earned runs in 3 of his last 5. So the Rangers should be able to get to him. We are seeing the bats start to come around a little bit. Cannon's got a 6.5 away ERA. Scherzer been a little. He hasn't been phenomenal. Right? He's given up at least 3 earned runs in 3 of his last 4 starts. So this is one where you could maybe make a case for like a White Sox first 5, I guess, something like that, or you could take the over 8. I like that bet, actually. That's probably not a bad bet. But I think I'm just going to stay pretty square here. So Rangers, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a weird one. You can look at the Nerfy too. I didn't look at the stats on that, but Rangers are one of the better teams in terms of first inning runs scored. So that scares me a little bit. But the pitch splits for Scherzer are pretty good. He should have a lot of success. I don't think Cannon's going to get rocked out of the park. I don't think he's going to give up 5 or 6, but I could see 2, 3 runs in the first 5, maybe more. Just never know. This Rangers team's kind of weird. All right, my favorite play of the day right here. And this line, I think, is moving towards the Rays. But you've got Taj Bradley going up against Chris Bassett. Chris Bassett he's pretty good away, not very good at home. And he's got a track record against these guys. So Bassett faced them on 329, 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. That was in Tampa Bay. You faced them at home in Toronto, 5.2 innings, gave up 3 earned runs. So, Tampa Bay does have a lot of familiarity with Bassett. Then you've got Taj Bradley on the other side of the mound, the hottest pitcher in baseball. No ifs, ands, or buts. This guy is ridiculously good right now. In his last 8 starts, he's given up 5 earned runs. 5 runs in 8 starts. He's averaging 7.25 Ks a start. His K line today is 4.5, by the way. And he's, not giving up an earned run in 4 of his last 8 starts. So there is a massive pitching advantage towards Tampa. Just comes down to can they hit the baseball, right? They've been struggling against right-handed pitchers. 205 last 14, 178 last 7. That said, Bassett's pitch split is just horrendously bad. If we look at, his pitch split, the Rays should, on paper, just absolutely destroy him today. That said, they probably won't, but if they can get 3 or 4, with as good as Taj Bradley's been pitching, realistically, they probably only need 3 runs to win this game. Maybe 2. So give me Tampa Bay here. Really, really good one. That line has to shift towards Tampa Bay. There's no way this goes the other way. All right, Giants-Dodgers. We talked about it. The Dodgers ended up losing last night behind Glasnow. Wild game, but Glasnow pitched pretty good. I think he went 5 innings, first game back from injury. Robert Ray looked pretty decent too. So, all right, tonight is Clayton Kershaw returns to the Dodgers, making his first start of the year, going up against Logan Webb. Logan Webb is a tale of 2 pitchers. There is home Logan Webb, very good. There is away Logan Webb, very bad. So we look at this splits here for Webb. He's got a 4.09 away ERA. He did face the Dodgers 3 times this year already, so they're quite aware of him. The 2 starts at home were very good. He gave up 2 earned runs and 0 earned runs. The away start on April 2nd, he went 3.2 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 5 Ks. So we always want to fade Webb when he's away. Take him when he's home, fade him away. I don't know what we're going to get out of Kershaw. I don't know if there's a pitch limit in there, right? There's a lot of unknowns in there, but I like where we're at, and I think the Dodgers bullpen is in a much better spot than the Giants, so give me the Dodgers here. I like them to get to Logan Webb. All right, next game, Braves and Mets. Chris Sale, this is like the 3rd day in a row Chris Sale was supposed to pitch. All the rainouts in Atlanta. So supposed to be on the hill going up against Luis Severino today. After the Mets just absolutely destroyed the Yankees, which we were on yesterday. That was a good call. I think it was like plus 140 something is what we picked them at. Absolutely destroyed the Subway Series against the Yankees, going up against the Braves, the anemic Braves. They did get some hits off of Frankie Montas, but frankly, I could call up a junior varsity baseball team and they could probably get 2 or 3 off that guy. So not really looking into that much. Luis Severino's been pretty good at home. He's got a 2.82 ERA. If we look at Sale's got a 2.68 away ERA. So actually very similar from that perspective. Sale's had really good starts. I mean, he's pretty dominant. 10 earned runs in his last 7 starts. That said, Severino faced Atlanta on May 12th, and that was a completely different Atlanta Braves team. That was when they were at full strength, and they were playing quite well at that time. And he 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks. So already had a little bit of success with them this year, going up against that anemic offense where everybody's hurt or whatever's going on with them. I don't know how you don't take the Mets at plus 110 here at home. Really hard to take the Braves. I know it's Sale, but you just feel like if the Mets get more than 1 run, they're probably going to win. So I don't see a reason to not take the Mets in this situation, especially when we look, they've gotten to a lot of really good pitchers lately. So Sale doesn't necessarily scare me going up against this lineup. I like the way they look right now. All right, last game on the card, Athletics and Angels. This is pretty crappy. I will tell you this line has moved already, and the A's are now favored. I think it's like basically the inverse, minus 112 to minus 108. I like Oakland in this spot. I know the Angels did just sweep the Mariners, but yeah, I mean it's the Mariners, so I still think the A's are hot. You know, Stripling scares me. He has given up 17 earned runs in his last 4 starts. Not exactly inspiring a lot of confidence. Now that said, Rosenberg isn't super great either, but he did face Oakland very recently, and he went 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run. So, you know, within the last 5 days, they've seen him, and they didn't have any success off of him. So that kind of would make me want to lean towards the other way. But just a gut feeling. I feel like Oakland is still hitting the ball extremely well, and I think we will see that today. And they've been hitting lefties really well, so we're kind of banking on them returning back to form and just absolutely raking against lefties. So we'll see if that happens or not. I think Stripling has an okay game here. I don't think he gets absolutely rocked, but could be a high-scoring game. I think the over 9 is definitely in play if you want to go that route. Kind of a crappy game, honestly. All right, best bets. I like Guardians run line. Again, we're fading Maeda, who has 13 earned runs in 4.2 innings. So I like the run line here, especially at plus 124. I like the run line for the Padres. Again, fading Patrick Corbin. Padres offense has been super hot. I like the Rays first 5 at minus 120. You could take the half a run. I think that's good too. Only reason I didn't do that is because of this next play. So we're taking Toronto first 3 under 0.5 runs. So they have to go scoreless through the first 3, just Toronto. That's plus 124. So that's just banking on Taj Bradley to keep doing what he's doing, and that's not give up runs. So I really like that bet. And then we're going Dodgers first 5 minus a half. So they have to be up by 1. Again, we're going to fade Logan Webb when he is pitching away. And just hope Clayton Kershaw pitches pretty well, which I feel like he's going to. And that's at plus money as well. All right, parlays. We're going to take the Nerfy for the Blue Jays and the Rays, and the Mets and the Braves. Combine those, it's plus 203. We are going to take a prop, which is going to be Bradley over 4.5 Ks. Like I said, he's been averaging 7.25 over his last 8 starts. We're going to take Severino under 5.5 Ks. 5.5 is that's a lot for him. That line is usually 4.5. So I don't love 6. Although that said, Montas did hit that yesterday. He got 5. So up to you if you want to play that one. And then we're going to take Roddery Munoz under 4.5 Ks. Again, that line's just a hair too high. Combine those, it's plus 330. Next parlay is going to be Texas -1. So the Rangers need to win by 2. If they win by 1, it's just a push. And then we're going to take Cleveland Padres run. We're going to take Cleveland money line, Padres run line. Holy shit, that got confusing. I'm just going to start over. Texas has to win by more than 1, or it's a push. Cleveland money line, Padres run line. So Padres need to win by 2. Combine those plus 322. All right, next one. We're going to take the Athletics, the Rays, and the Mets money line. Combine those plus 652. If you're not sure about Oakland, you can swap that out for something a little safer. You can do like an Orioles or Dodgers, something like that. Whatever. That's a flyer, right? We're counting on Oakland to actually hit, so we'll see. Fun parlay is Texas, San Diego, Baltimore, Dodgers, all run line. So we need all of them to do the run line. So win by 2 plus 1221. And then I threw a psycho parlay in there. It's basically all the teams I like here, just small 8-game slate. So just threw them all together into one big ass 8-legger. And it's plus 5,772. So I think $5 wins you right around 300. So pretty big one there. Unlikely to hit. In terms of the Nerfies, only 3 I like today. I like the Tampa Bay Toronto, I like the Braves and the Mets, and I like the Padres and the Nats. So Those are the only three. You could almost look at a nerfy in damn near every game. I think the Dodgers and Giants is okay if Webb didn't have such a bad track record away. I would probably lean on that, but and then the Rangers and White Sox. That's another one. But like I said, the Rangers just score too many first inning runs for me to trust them. So those are the bets for today. Like I said, small 8-game slate. Let's hope we have a good bounce back day after a pretty poop day yesterday. I don't think I showed the tracking. So right now we're currently sitting up 5.79 units over the last 6 days. So hopefully we can recoup some of these back-to-back losses. Let's put a W on the board today. If you made it this far, give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in tomorrow's video.